I would call that.
This keeps telling me.
I thought
I think we get, that's.
Yes.
Yeah, that-
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it.
On the
we
street.
needed to
I haven't seen it.
And another one
Yeah.
for the
So-
transmitter, flashing up.
15 minutes.
And it kept like flashing.
That kept going off.
Have that patch of time, but it's
Shut that off.
productive.
Yeah, something's loose.
Okay.
She's not here.
Want it again though.
We're saying,
Yeah, I can't think one of them.
Yeah.
There's some things that really,
Yeah.
that's not good enough.
now they give vacation.
Yeah.
Like you took
Yes,
three.
it's like a tightened up version of what they started. It's appropriate. And
Well, you know, it's,
what to do about that tiered thing.
It was fine. I think
That, yeah, that makes sense.
John's in there. I think it's Tony just go, let's get it all done.
Things, but,
so,
I-
go when they should not be right. We don't use the name anyways. We got a new IT guy here. Well,
Well-
we haven't signed the contract.
Inconvenient.
About these in the room they are.
I'm not going.
And-
Yeah, we don't.
Live streaming, so.
No, just that would be if like we was talking back to you.
Yep.
That output, but I think it should be good now. It doesn't probably begin, ignore it. It won't affect them.
Right.
Want me to get in trouble?
Check it.
I'm not, I don't mind getting in trouble. With her. That's scamming.
Yeah.
All I do is wait for Carol to say something and I get up.
I had to have him fixed. So
So some of the green lights are on and some are not.
Here Gary said.
that's because if they're not on, it's because you're muted.
Should I be or should I not be?
Well, if you want people out there to hear you, you should
Yes.
not.
No, but I'm saying I didn't mute myself, but I will
Okay.
activate.
You, if you want to be heard though, you need to have that aimed towards you.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, you're okay.
All right, folks, we're gonna do the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming on such a nice night. We have an announcement. I'd like to thank the Secana Garden Club and the Brownell House. Funding time and effort to clean up the garden located between the Brownell House and the school playground. They will vote to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve minutes of the August 7th, 2025 meeting, unless anybody wants to pull.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Department head reports, none. Old business one, authorize execution of an update to the agreement between the town of Little Compton and Rossi Law Associations for collection services for delinquent taxes. Solicitor?
Mr. Rossi has sent me an agreement, but I have been communicating with Mr. Kennedy, who suggested some additional language in there to protect the town, which I agree with. I have contacted the Rossi Law Firm for the inclusion that hasn't happened yet. Please put this down for your next meeting. I'm sure that we'll get it done by then. I appreciate the suggestions that were received.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Carol, will you make sure we see that in 2 weeks?
You want to vote to table it?
I move to move this. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. 2, request from the Conservation Commission to enter into a blanket purchase agreement with the University of Rhode Island for groundwater well assessment monitoring initiative in Little Compton. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None. Thank you. Consideration and approval of amending standing rules and regulations of Little Compton Agricultural Conservancy Trust. These amendments are as a result of the review by the planning board as requested by the council solicitor.
Yes, I'm reviewing them myself, and I understand, I shouldn't say understand, but I'm happy to see that the Ag Trust adopted some, but not all of the planning board's recommendations. What I would suggest here is you do two things. The first is I'd like to take a further look at this. In addition to the rules and regulations that you'll have for the Ag Trust, there are going to be some implications on operations at Town Hall, which I'd like to investigate a little bit more. A feasibility study. That's the first thing. The second thing is I would like to hear or at least get input from the planning board as to those changes that were not adopted in their position on that, and whether or not they would continue to assert that those changes be made to the proposal from the Ag Trust. So if you could refer the matter to me and also get input from the planning board, I would like to give you a memo on it so that you can proceed on this matter.
I'll make that motion, but this is gonna have to go to public hearing at some point.
Correct, yes, but before it gets,
I'm going to second the motion. Now we're under discussion.
I beg your pardon.
No problem.
Yeah, that's correct, but before it gets to that point, I would like to make sure that all of the issues are fully vetted so that when it gets to public hearing, we'll have answers, as opposed to having the public coming in and asking questions and not having those answers for them.
I would like to thank the members of the Ag Trust for putting this information together in a clear, helpful way with the red lines. That was really helpful for us to understand what changes you were making, and this the matrix along with the planning board comments. It made it very clear for us to understand your comments and your recommendations. So thank you for putting the information together like that.
Any other comments? Anything from the contingent in the back? Thank you for the matrix. Come on up to the front. I've been accused of going too fast sometimes, and today I'm not. Oh,
I don't know, I'm sure you did.
yeah, there you go.
Tony, could you help me understand the public hearing? The public aspect to your comments?
I think prior to the council adopting these rules and regulations, it's appropriate to have it go.
Is that as part of the?
There's the microphone.
Use the microphone. Tony, use the microphone.
I beg your pardon.
Anya. Get voted.
Prior to adoption by the town council, I think it's appropriate for the public to have some input by way of a public hearing.
Okay. And then second, I'm just interested in schedule and what you're sort of thinking in terms of moving this along.
Well, as the council president said, he likes to rush things along. Not gonna rush things, but I'm hoping to get this either at the next meeting or the meeting after that.
Very good.
Thanks, Don. Anyone else?
Okay, thank you.
Great. We have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Not saying thank you. 4, update on next steps and process for the community septic system loan program, establishing an ordinance and final application to the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management for the state revolving loan fund. Solicitor, another one for you.
I've reached out to the legal counsel for the infrastructure bank to find out exactly what needs to be done. My impression on this was that the town has done all that it needs to do, and we're merely waiting to hear back that there is an approval for this. He told me that he would let me know. I spoke with him on Tuesday for this, so that I don't think that there's anything we need to do. Although I think what we need to do is hear from Carol.
And that was my chuckle, because when I see this and I see his eyebrows go up, then
There's a part in the process that has not been completed. The application to DEM to use the state revolving funds, which is all of the copies of the prior cities and towns actions that you had supplied Tony several months ago.
Well, that was sent in, it wasn't?
It was not, no.
Oh.
That has not been done. So that is the part that I need help with. Cover letter I've got amended and I'm fine, but it alludes to there being an ordinance copied to DEM that we have adopted, which we have not adopted an ordinance having to do with that loan program. So my question was, is the ordinance mandatory? And if it is, we need to draft an ordinance, have a public hearing and adopt that before I can send that letter into DEM.
All right, the time that I worked for a community that adopted this, there was no ordinance.
No ordinance.
I'll head to DEM to, send that out, and I'll also let you know, I had thought that I sent in the exemplars that it was taken care of, was told it was taken care
Yeah,
of.
no, he didn't do that.
Okay. I'll follow up with you and DEM on that. That's what needs to be done. We'll get it done.
Thank you for the update. 5, thank Everlasting Design for their many years of service given to the town's information technology contractor. Potential memorandum of understanding to define the transfer of technology to new chief information officer. So if anyone does not know Dave Van Aguilar, he has been with the town for decades. Been outstanding. I've had the great get to work with him many times, and he's been nothing but outstanding. And he's going to help us with this transition. I have a memorandum of understanding for the counselors. Do I have a motion for it?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we, this memorandum of understanding for signatures with David and Patrick.
Okay, second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. Thank you. 6, consider execution of memorandum of understanding between the town and Denise Cosgrove for sick time, also into the council today. Do I have a motion for that?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None. Termination of legal services of Desatel and Browning regarding South Wind Cable. We have 2 people
Yes,
that
we're
need to.
going to recuse ourselves too.
I'm still listening to myself, matter of.
Consult from others.
Okay, as they were trying to determine whether they needed to step off and recuse themselves, you were reading. So I'm assuming for the public, you might need to read that again, and I acknowledge their recusal.
Termination of legal service of Desatel and Browning regarding South Coast Wind Cable. Like to recognize the recusals.
Yes, please, I have.
I have the Solicitor DeSisto and Councilman Mataronis
And
solicitor.
and Solicitor Mark.
Yes, all 3 have
And-
recused themselves.
themselves. Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to terminate this legal service.
Second.
Further discussion? Not seeing any. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay.
Oh.
I have 3 ayes and 1 nay. New business. Request from Town Council approval for the Taylor's Lane Green Stormwater Infrastructure Retrofits Project to go out to bid. Funding for this project is through the Environmental Protection Agency, Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank. Do I have a motion for an RFP?
Here's coming in.
Bring back Gary.
I know you're rushing a little bit, but can you go through that again so he can hear it, please?
Thank you.
New business 1. Request for Town Council approval for the Taylor's Lane Green Stormwater Infrastructure Retrofits Project. Go out to bid. Funding for this project is through the Environmental Protection Agency, Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank.
So this, at first I was kind of, thrown back with this. But,
I can explain it for you.
well, it's not costing the town anymore.
Right, the $247,000 grant doesn't cost the town anything. It's the west and the lower section of Taylor's Lane. 6 parking places exist now, and they're gonna exist again, just in better shape, so they don't have to be maintained and not washed out. And some swales, a basin, stormwater management, all good stuff.
So you want a motion to place that on file?
No, we need to authorize
I'm
it.
going for an RFP on this one.
Motion to authorize an RFP to go out on the, Taylor's Lane Green Stormwater Infrastructure Retrofits Project.
Second.
Second, I got a second.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Authorize the Town Council President to execute proclamations honoring 2 Little Compton Boy Scouts who have achieved the rank of Eagle Scout.
Generally, they show up to these proclamations.
Because we wanted to be quiet here, because this is going to be presented to them tomorrow.
Okay. I shut my microphone.
Do I have a motion? Motion, I have a second.
Motion to allow the council president.
He already
to,
did, they just.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Request from Fire Chief Petron to promote probationary firefighter Christian Cunha to first class firefighter due to a successful completion of the probationary period effective August 12th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Communications. Public notice received from the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management regarding an application of Secana Point Club, Rhode Island Water Quality Certification at 11 Bluffhead Avenue, Plat 9, lots 433, 434, and 438.
So you should have a letter with that. So this was been discussed because it was originally, we got notification from Coastal Resources about this and now DEM. What it is the outfall pipe from the reverse osmosis system. It takes the salt out of the salt water to make fresh water. It's been going out on the west side of the marina, so it hasn't affected down dock on the east side. Now their plan is to put the outfall pipe over by the town dock. It's going to create a salinity problem, I believe, for the lobster and crab boats that unload there, especially in the winter when they're pumping salt water through the tanks. That salinity is too much, it's going to kill the product. So that, and we have the Half and Rappa Wildlife Refuge right across from the town dock. It actually takes water into that refuge at high tide, and at low tide it goes back. So it's a daily situation where water flows in and out of that. We're afraid that if there's too much salinity in the salt water, and it's going to wreck that habitat over there, which is a habitat for blue crabs and quahogs and spawn there. And also there's quite a bit of bird wildlife that goes over there and utilizes that wildlife refuge to chow down on those fish, actually. So we're requesting that the council president signs this letter, and it's pretty much self-explanatory, and get it over to DEM for the town's comments on this.
Is that a motion?
That is a motion.
That's a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Email from Nancy Del expressing her interest to donate a 6-foot A-frame bench for the town landing and inquiring if the town would be interested in coordinating the purchase and install the bench.
I spoke to both Nancy and Carol about this, and Nancy DeSelsto's been coming to town since 1970. Her husband and her have been, I don't know how long they were together, but anyways, they built a house where the Todd Road on Grange Avenue hits the Rocky Road, the gravel road. And they built about 2 years ago, and unfortunately he got cancer and he passed away last fall sometime. So she wants to put this bench down there with nothing on it, just in memory of him, and it's a picture of the bench. Carol said she was willing to lead this situation because we've worked with a company that supplies those benches and coordinate with the maintenance department to have it secured down there, because it's going to have to be secured, especially on a day like today, that it'd be in the water today, or I fear that somebody might see it as a nice chair and want to take it with them. So we don't want that to happen. So is that correct, Carol?
Yes.
So I'll make the motion that we allow Carol to go forward with this with consultations from, Nancy Del Sisto to where she wants to put it. She said she wasn't, that she had one spot where she might want to put it, but I mean, I'd be happy to go down there. The maintenance department, head, if need be, but I think if he meets her down there, they can decide where they want it, then they can install it. So that's my motion.
Second.
Further discussion?
I just think it's very generous and would thank her for that. That's very generous and it's a nice way to memorialize her husband and yeah, thank you.
Yep.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Communications for request from the tax assessor for a list of abatements to be approved.
So I didn't get a hold of tax assessor on this, but I'm not sure whether Vision Appraisal made all these mistakes or there's an awful lot of errors in here, so I'm not sure where they're all coming from. It might be from Vision, but I thought I saw somewhere that she's gonna resubmit bills for these people, not actually gonna be at $12,897 loss. We're gonna get some of that back. So I'll make a motion to, yeah, abatements list as written.
I'll second it. Further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you. Consent?
Motion for consent calendar on file.
A second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Payment of bills?
We're gonna pay the bills.
Second. Is that a hand, Mr. Kennedy?
It is.
Then the meeting is still alive. There's something on the agenda that you would like to talk about
Just two questions.
pertaining to the agenda?
Go to the microphone.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry,
Pertaining to the agenda.
no, general question of matters.
Okay, go ahead. Go step right up.
The first question is when do you anticipate the audits for fiscal year 24 and 25 to be available?
I spoke with one of the auditors today who was in the building, working diligently. Her name was Fatima. And I asked her if it would be done tomorrow. She said no.
I'm sorry.
We're under audit as we speak. They're in the building auditing us now. So shortly.
I believe our audit schedule was based upon the availability of our auditor who's in the process of the third year of a 3-year contract with us. She was, I thought, available in September. I didn't know it would be done already.
We have begun.
I'm sorry.
In fiscal,
I think, Patrick, you're a little too close. He can't hear you.
We're under audit right now. The auditor, one of the auditors was in the building today working on the audit.
When do you anticipate that to be?
I asked her if it would be done tomorrow. She said no. When do I anticipate it? I've been being told September.
Second question is when do you anticipate the town to return to compliance with mandatory financial reporting?
if I might, intercept that question with respect to your understanding of the first question. It is my belief that our auditor agreed to complete the audit, or at least to return here to conduct the audit of 24, fiscal 24, in September of 25. That's her availability. That will then place us in a situation where we have used all 3 of our audits and will need, in accordance with state law, to go back out and solicit for a 3-year audit proposal from auditors generally. And it's then that we'll be able to schedule our fiscal 25 audit. Typically, that 25 audit would be underway in its preparatory stage right now. but that's not happening this year, just as our 24 audit is a year late. Both of those are because of the fact that our auditor in the first case was in the third year of a 3-year agreement and was unable to conduct the audit at the time that it was intended to be done. The next audit will be solicited for and awarded to an entity that will agree to do the fiscal 25, 26, and 27 audits.
So I will just add to that. You may not be privy to it, but there is some discussion with the Auditor General and our Finance Director of continuing with our current auditor for another year and then going out. So there's.
That's another possibility, certainly,
So-
but an extension.
Understanding is the fiscal 25 audit is to be completed within 180 days of the close of the fiscal year. And that, from what I understood you to say, is we will not be in compliance with it.
I would not attest to that because it is possible for us to solicit. First of all, we have to take a proposed audit RFP and go to the Auditor General. I would expect that to get fast tracked and we would get rapid approval. We would then receive solicitations, and to the council president's point, in the meantime, we might seek authority for an extension of a 3-year audit to a 4-year audit package, in which case we could do it sooner. In neither of those cases do I see us violating 180 days, which would be December 31st of this year. I believe that under either of those scenarios, we would have a fiscal 25 audit conducted before the end of December of 25.
But that's good. There are other mandatory reporting requirements. When do you anticipate they will be? I'm specifically referring to the budget to actual within 25 days of the end of the second, third, and fourth quarter.
Again, I will,
Go ahead.
I'm happy to get with the Finance Director and give you those answers. I don't have them.
Okay, and the final requirement is to provide the Division of Municipal Finance a copy of the approved budget and a 5-year forecast of the same. When do you think that might happen?
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
I think you may find if you ask the Finance Director, some of that may have been done. He has had some conversations with them.
Okay, I'll speak with him. Thank you.
Do I have a motion for payment of the bills? I don't think.
Had a motion and just.
Second. I have a second.
Yes, you did.
All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you.